This is retired handyman Terry Scott. At 66, he just spent 3 months in the hospital for heart bypass surgery, and that is when the eviction notices started coming in.
Stressing me out. It was totally stressing me out. You know what I mean? Stressing me out. That's what I mean. Yeah. And I mean, more than I can do because I'm in there.
Scott was lucky that community health care worker Shantae Swinson was assigned to help him recover from the surgery. She also volunteered to advocate on his behalf in the eviction.
And I realized that they were suing him for non-payment of rent for 2 months. When I started looking through his paperwork, I realized he had already overpaid.
And this is the third time Scott's been to court this year, all for the same reason, to fend off eviction. He's one of the lucky ones. He can pay his rent. Thousands of Richmonders who can't are being kicked to the curb.
Right now, it does not seem like there is any effort in Richmond to address those who are at lowest income. And I mean those that are 0 to 30% of the area median income. It does not seem like there's any effort specifically.
In 2018, the city of Richmond made national headlines for having the second highest eviction rate of major American cities. Pandemic measures lowered that rate, but only for a bit.
Now it's creeping upward. It's probably 12, 13, 14,000 per year if you annualize it.
Attorney Martin Wegbright says far too many Richmonders are paying more than they can afford for housing, many spending more than half their income just to keep a roof over their head.
If you're paying more than half of your income for rent, an eviction lawsuit is not just a possibility, it is an inevitability.
Recently, we were in a Richmond courtroom where a single judge heard more than 150 eviction proceedings in one day, some over outstanding amounts under $400. Wegbright points to a few problems. One is how inexpensive it is for a landlord to file an eviction lawsuit. In Virginia, it's around $60. In North Carolina, that fee is around $150. And in Alabama, it's over $250. Wegbright also notes that legally, a landlord can file an eviction lawsuit if rent is more than 11 days late. He recommends the state adopt a time frame of at least 14 days, which all but guarantees a typical employee will get a paycheck before being evicted. Now that pandemic rent forgiveness is over, the situation is deteriorating.
But after the pandemic protections ended, I never had to tell so many people that we can't help you.
Advocates can't help because of the severe housing shortage across the state, particularly in Richmond.
Deodorant, snack wipes, and...
Kelly Kinghorn is the executive director of Homeward. It's a regional support agency that aims to reduce homelessness in the greater Richmond area.
That the housing market is complex, but generally we are not building and developing enough housing for all parts of our community.
Virginia legislators enacted meaningful eviction reforms in 2019, 2020, and 2021, but advocates say they don't go far enough. Meanwhile, back at court, with help from his hospital caregiver, Terry Scott was able to convince the judge to dismiss his eviction case. He is angry at his landlords.
It's like a game. You know what I mean? It's like a game they play. They don't care. They go home, sleep in their bed, and do what they want to, get up in the morning and try somebody else.
If Mr. Scott had not come to court, they would have automatically assumed he owed, and they would have went out judgment for him. This property hasn't shown up 3 times, so who's going to hold them accountable for what they've done?
Angered he had to appear in court at all, Scott is hoping this is the last time he has to take these steps to avoid eviction.
Thank you for watching. Continue to follow Virginia news and stories by subscribing to our VPM YouTube channel.